I thought marrying her would end the game. Turns out, I just bought a front row seat to someone else's play, and they never told me I was part of the cast. If our stories resonate with you, don't forget to like, comment, and tell us where you're watching from. This story was shared with us by one of our viewers who wanted his experience heard. I'm sitting on my balcony in Chiang Mai at 3 in the morning, watching Ratia's phone light up for the 7th time in an hour. She's asleep inside, but I'm not. Haven't slept properly in weeks. The name on the screen is always the same. Bank, just bank, no last name. No emoji. Just those 4 letters glowing in the dark like an accusation. At first, she told me Bank was her cousin, some kid from the village who needed help with his motorbike. Then she said he was a childhood friend, someone she grew up with, someone harmless. Now she doesn't explain at all. Just silences her phone and changes the subject. There's this sick feeling in my chest every time the phone buzzes. Not anger yet, just confusion. A growing sense that something is very wrong. Like when you're playing poker, and you suddenly realize everyone at the table knows something you don't. I married Ratia 6 months ago in a small ceremony in her village up in Iceland. Rice fields everywhere, monks chanting. Her family smiling too much. I thought it would bring peace to both our lives. I really did. I thought we'd finally be free. Instead, it brought this: constant calls at odd hours, sudden disappearances to meet friends I've never heard of, a tension in the house I can't name but can feel in every room. Tonight I pick up her phone. I know I shouldn't. I know it's a violation. But I'm 69 years old, and I've been around long enough to know when something smells wrong. The messages are in Thai. I can't read Thai, but I recognize the tone. Short, aggressive sentences, question marks, exclamation points, the kind of punctuation that comes with raised voices. I don't need to translate to know what's happening. Someone is angry. Someone feels entitled. Someone is trying to take her back. I set the phone down carefully, like it might explode if I'm not gentle. My hands are shaking, not from fear exactly, from something worse, recognition. I've been in Thailand for over a year now and I still don't understand the rules. Back in Nevada, I ran a casino floor for 30 years. I watched people lose everything. I knew the signs, the tells, the patterns, the way a man's shoulders slump when he's already decided to bet his last dollar. I never thought I'd be one of them. Never thought I'd be the mark. But here I am, sitting in the dark, watching my wife's phone light up with messages from another man, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know the rules here. I don't know who to call or who to trust or whether any of this even matters anymore. Let me go back. 8 months before the wedding, I was living in a cramped studio apartment off Sukhumvit Road in Bangkok, running from a bad divorce and the endless desert heat of Nevada. I'd spent 3 decades managing a casino floor, watching desperate people make bad decisions, taking their money with a smile and a comp drink. I was good at it, too good. I could spot a card counter from across the room, could tell when someone was about to snap and flip a table, could read body language like a book written in big letters. But it hollowed me out. Year after year of watching people destroy themselves. My wife Karen left me for a younger guy, a personal trainer at her gym, 42 years old with abs, and a smile that made her forget about our 30-year marriage. My daughter Ashley stopped calling, stopped returning my emails. I tried reaching out, sent her money for her birthday, got a text back that said thanks. Just that, thanks, no call, no visit, nothing. I had money in the bank, a pension, Social Security, and nothing to spend it on except whiskey and regret. So I bought a one-way ticket to Thailand. Everyone told me it was a mistake. My buddy Rick from the casino said I was running away. My brother said I'd get scammed. Ashley said I was having a midlife crisis 20 years too late. They were all right, but I didn't care. I needed to be somewhere that wasn't Nevada, somewhere I could breathe without feeling like my lungs were full of sand. Ratia worked at a bar off Sukhumvit, not one of the big flashy places with stages and lights. Just a small neighborhood bar where Thai men drank after work and a few girls danced half-heartedly to old pop songs. I went there one night because I was lonely. Simple as that. I wasn't looking for love. I wasn't even looking for company. Just a place to sit where the bartender spoke enough English to take my order and didn't ask questions. She was different from the other girls, quieter, She didn't approach me right away, didn't sit on my lap or ask me to buy her a drink. She just danced in the back, swaying to the music with her eyes half closed like she was somewhere else entirely. When she finally came over, it was near closing time. She sat down across from me and said, "You look sad. Not you, handsome. Not buy me drink. Just, you look sad." I laughed. Couldn't help it. "That obvious?" She shrugged. "I know, sad face." We started talking. She told me her name was Ratia, that she had a daughter back in Isan, 7 years old, living with her mother, that she'd been working in Bangkok for 3 years, sending money home every month, that she was tired, so tired. She had these eyes that looked past you instead of at you, like she was watching something in the distance that nobody else could see. I saw myself in her, someone looking for an exit, someone tired of the game. I went back to that bar 3 more times that week. Each time she'd sit with me after her shift and we'd talk. About nothing. About everything. She told me about her village, about rice farming, about her daughter's school, about her debts. I told her about the casino, about Karen, about feeling like a ghost in my own life. She never asked me for money. Not once. That surprised me. All the other girls would hint around it. Talk about their sick buffalo or their brother's motorcycle accident. But Ratia never did. She just listened. After 3 weeks, I asked if she wanted to meet outside the bar. She said yes. We met at a coffee shop near Asok station. She showed up in jeans and a t-shirt, no makeup, looking about 19 instead of 29. We talked for 4 hours. I asked her why she was working at the bar if she hated it so much. She said she had no choice. No education, no skills, just a body that men would pay to look at. She said it so matter-of-factly, like she was talking about the weather. I asked if she wanted out. She looked at me like I'd just offered her the moon. "Everyone want out," she said. "But how?" I didn't have an answer then. But over the next 2 months I found one. I paid off her bar debt, 12,000 baht she still owed from when she first started. I bought out her contract with the bar owner. Another 20,000. I set her up in a small apartment in On Nut. Nothing fancy. Just 1 room with a bathroom and a hot plate. And just like that, we were dating. She cooked for me. Simple Thai food. Fried rice, somtam, pad see ew. We'd sit on the floor of her apartment eating and watching Thai soap operas I didn't understand but pretended to follow. She'd laugh at something on screen and try to explain it to me, and I'd nod like I got it. I was happy. First time in years. My friends back in Nevada thought I was insane. Rick called me and said, "You know she's just using you, right?" I told him he didn't know her. He said, "Neither do you." My daughter finally returned my call when I told her I was dating someone in Thailand. "How old is she?" Ashley asked. I hesitated. 29. Silence. Long and heavy. "Dad, that's younger than me." "I know. This is pathetic." She hung up. Didn't talk to me for 3 months after that. But I didn't care. Or I told myself I didn't care. I wanted to believe I could still be someone's hero. Still matter to someone. 4 months into dating, I proposed. We were sitting on her apartment floor eating mango sticky rice when I asked. I didn't have a ring. Didn't plan some big romantic moment. I just said, "Want to get married?" She stopped eating. Looked at me with those distant eyes. "You serious?" Yeah. Why?" It was a good question. Why did I want to marry her? Because I was lonely? Because I wanted to prove I wasn't completely worthless? Because I wanted someone to need me? "Because I love you," I said. It wasn't entirely true, but it wasn't entirely false either. She said yes. The wedding was 3 weeks later. Small ceremony in her village. Her family smiled too much. Her mother cried, but not the happy kind of crying. The kind where you're trying to convince yourself it's happy, but your face won't cooperate. Her brother got drunk and kept patting me on the back too hard. Her sister wouldn't look at me at all. And Bank was there, standing in the back of the ceremony area near the road, arms crossed, watching. Ratia introduced him afterward. "Old friend from village," she said. I shook his hand. He was thin, tattooed, probably early 30s. He looked at me with these cold, measuring eyes, like he was sizing me up for a coffin. He said something to Ratia in Thai. She responded sharply. He smiled. Not a friendly smile. The kind that says, "This isn't over." I should have known then. But I was too happy, too hopeful, too stupid. 2 weeks after the wedding, I got my first message. It came through Facebook Messenger late at night while Ratia was in the shower. My phone buzzed. I picked it up expecting spam. Instead, I saw a message from someone named Bank Suwan. The profile picture was him. Same guy from the wedding. The message was in broken English. "You take my girl. You pay." I stared at it for 10 minutes, trying to decide if it was a joke, some kind of weird Thai custom I didn't understand. Maybe he wanted a wedding gift. I showed it to Ratia when she came out of the bathroom. She went pale. Actually pale. She grabbed my phone, read the message, deleted it, and handed it back to me. "It's nothing," she said. "Just drunk guy from bar. He said you were his girl. He's nobody. Just jealous." She went to bed without saying anything else. I lay awake next to her, listening to her breathe, wondering if she was really asleep or just pretending. 3 days later, another message came, this time with a photo attached. Ratia and Bank together. Young and happy, his arm around her shoulders, her head leaning against his chest. They were at a beach somewhere. She was wearing a bikini. He was shirtless. They looked like a couple. The message said, "She mine." You know, my stomach dropped. Not because of the photo exactly, but because of how comfortable they looked together, how natural. I confronted her that night. Asked her who Bank really was. She cried. Actually broke down, said he was her boyfriend before we met, that they'd been together on and off for 5 years, that he couldn't accept it was over. "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked. "Because you wouldn't marry me." She was probably right. "He's crazy," she said. "I told him I'm married now. But he won't listen. He keeps calling, keeps threatening." "Threatening what?" "He says he'll tell my family bad things about me. That I'm a prostitute. That I married you for money. My family will believe him." She grabbed my hand. "Please don't leave me. I chose you." I swear she was sobbing. Really sobbing. The kind you can't fake. I wanted to believe her. Needed to believe her. So I did. I told myself this is just the cost of marrying someone with a past. Everyone has a past. Everyone has exes who can't let go. This is normal. This is manageable. But that night after she fell asleep, Bank called her phone. It rang 4 times before I answered it. "Hello?" Silence. Then a man's voice. "Where Ratia?" "She's asleep." "Who is this?" "Who you know who?" "Bank." "Yes, put her on phone." "No, stop calling. Stop messaging. She's married. Leave us alone." He laughed. "You think marry her change anything?" "She mine 5 year. You here 6 month. You nothing. I'm her husband. You her ATM, that all you are." He hung up. I sat there in the dark holding her phone. My hands were shaking. In the morning I told Ratia about the call. She looked terrified. Said Bank threatened to tell her family lies, that he'd destroy her reputation in the village, that her daughter would suffer, that her mother would disown her. "What exactly did he say?" I asked. She looked away. "He said I'm a whore, that I sold myself to an old foreigner, that my daughter should be ashamed of me." She was crying again. I held her, told her everything would be okay, but I didn't know if that was true anymore. A week later, Bank showed up at our apartment. 3 in the afternoon. I was reading on the balcony when I heard the buzzer. Ratia was out shopping. I went to the intercom. "Yes?" "Open door," male voice. Thai accent. "Who is this?" "You know." I knew. I went downstairs instead of letting him up. Found him standing outside the building in a tank top and flip-flops, thin but muscular, tattoos covering both arms, some Buddhist script, some tribal patterns, a cigarette hanging from his mouth. He looked me up and down, taking his time. "You Marvin?" "Yeah, I'm Bank." "I know." "What do you want?" He smiled. "Talk. We have nothing to talk about." "I think we do." He took a drag of his cigarette, blew the smoke toward me. "You take my girl. In Thai culture, you pay. She's not your girl. She's my wife. Paper don't mean nothing. She loved me. She always loved me. Then why did she marry me? For money." "Why you think?" He said it so casually, like it was obvious, like I was stupid for not knowing. You need to leave. I leave when I get money. What money? 50,000 baht. You pay me, I go away. 50,000 baht. About $1,500. I'd already spent so much. The wedding. The sin-sod payment to her family. 30,000 baht. The gold necklace. Another 20,000. Setting up the apartment, furniture, deposits, first and last month's rent. I dropped over 200,000 baht in the last 6 months. I'm not giving you anything. He stopped smiling. You want me tell her family truth about her? About Bar? About how many men she sleep with? Get out of here. You want me hurt her? Hurt her daughter. My chest tightened. Are you threatening her? I'm telling you how it is. You pay, everyone happy. You don't pay, everyone suffer. I wanted to hit him. Wanted to grab him by his tank top and slam him against the wall. But I'm 69 years old. I had a knee replacement 3 years ago. My back hurts when I stand too long. I haven't been in a fight since high school. And this guy looked like he'd been in one yesterday. I'll think about it, I said. You think fast. I come back tomorrow. He flicked his cigarette at my feet and walked away. I went back upstairs. My legs were shaking. I sat on the couch and tried to think. When Ratia got home an hour later with bags of groceries, I told her what happened. She dropped the bags. Literally dropped them. Vegetables rolled across the floor. She looked terrified. What did you say to him? I told him to leave. Did you pay him? No. She grabbed my arms. You have to pay him. Please, he's not joking. He'll hurt my family. How much do you owe him? What? Is there money you owe him? Is that why he's doing this? She shook her head. I don't owe him. He just thinks I belong to him. In his mind, you stole his property. You have to pay to make it right. That's insane. That's how it works here. We should go to the police. She actually laughed. A bitter, scared laugh. Police won't help. Bank knows people. Bad people. They'll hurt you. They'll hurt me. They'll hurt my daughter. What kind of people? You don't understand Thailand. You don't understand how things work here. Just pay him, please. I wanted to say no. Wanted to stand my ground. But the fear in her eyes was real. So real. I'll pay half, I said. 25,000. She looked relieved. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I transferred the money the next day. Ratia handled it. Used her phone to send it to his bank account. Bank sent a message back. Just a thumbs up emoji. That was it. No thank you. No confirmation that he'd leave us alone. Just a thumbs up. I thought it was over. I actually thought paying him would make him go away. I'm an idiot. 2 weeks passed, quiet, peaceful. I started to relax. Maybe it worked. Maybe Bank was satisfied. Maybe we could finally move on. Then one night Ratia's phone rang at 11 p.m. She was in the kitchen. I was watching TV. She grabbed her phone and went to the bedroom. I heard her voice through the door, Thai, fast, upset. When she came out, her face was red. What's wrong? Nothing. Who was that? My friend. Which friend? Just a friend. It's nothing. She went to bed without saying anything else. The next morning I checked her phone while she was showering. I know it's wrong, but something felt off. There were messages from Bank, dozens of them. Recent, from yesterday, from 3 days ago, from last week, all in Thai. I used Google Translate. The translations were rough, but I got the idea. He wanted more money. 30,000 this time. He said the first payment was just a respect fee. Now he wanted compensation. If we didn't pay, he'd post photos of Ratia online. Photos from her bar days. Photos that would make her family cry. That's what the translation said. When Ratia got out of the shower, I was waiting in the living room with her phone. What are these? She froze. Looked at the phone, at me. Back at the phone. You went through my phone. What are these messages? It's private. He wants more money. She sat down. Didn't look at me. I know. Why didn't you tell me? Because you'll be angry. I am angry. I'm handling it. How? By letting him threaten us? She started crying. I don't know what to do. He won't stop. He keeps asking for more. He says he has pictures of me. Bad pictures, from the bar, from before. If he sends them to my family, I can't ever go home again. What kind of pictures? She shook her head. Please don't make me say it. I felt sick. Did you sleep with him? Before, yes, before you. Not now. Does he have pictures? Yes. How bad? She didn't answer. Just cried. I sat there feeling hollow, not angry exactly, just empty, like someone had pulled a plug and everything inside me drained out. We're not paying him, I said. We have to. No, this will never end. Today it's 30,000. Next month it'll be 50. Then 100. We can't keep doing this. Then what do we do? I don't know. That was the truth. I didn't know. I felt completely out of my depths, like I was drowning in a language I couldn't speak, in a country I didn't understand with a wife I wasn't sure I knew at all. I started researching online, sat at my laptop for hours reading expat forums, YouTube comment sections, Reddit threads about Thai relationships. Everyone had a story like mine. Guy meets bar girl, falls in love, marries her, ex-boyfriend shows up, or brother needs money, or mother has medical emergency, money disappears. Some guys paid, kept paying for years until they ran out of money or patience. Some guys went back to their home countries and never looked back. Some guys were still in Thailand, still married, still paying, still hoping things would get better. One guy wrote, been married 5 years, still sending money to her family every month. Spent over 3 million baht. Not sure what I got for it except the privilege of being the ATM. Another wrote, her ex-boyfriend showed up 6 months after the wedding. Wanted 500,000 baht or he'd hurt her. I paid. He came back a year later. Wanted more. I didn't pay. He burned down my motorbike. Police didn't care. Another, don't marry a bar girl. Just don't. I know you think yours is different. She's not. I closed my laptop feeling sick, humiliated. I'm 69 years old. I survived 3 decades in the casino business. I've dealt with loan sharks, cheaters, desperate gamblers who'd threaten your life over $100 loss. I've seen every scam, every angle, every play. And here I am, getting run by a 29-year-old former bar girl and her tattooed ex-boyfriend. I'm the mark, the tourist, the stupid foreigner who thought he could buy happiness with his pension. That night I told Ratia I wasn't paying. She begged, actually got on her knees and begged. Please, he'll destroy me. He'll send the pictures to everyone I know. My mother will die of shame. My daughter will grow up knowing her mother is a whore. Stop calling yourself that. That's what everyone will call me. Then we leave. We go somewhere else. Chiang Mai, Phuket, somewhere he can't find us. He'll find us. Thailand is small. Everyone knows everyone. Then we go back to America. She looked at me like I'd suggested we fly to the moon. I can't leave Thailand. My daughter is here. My family is here. My life is here. Your life is being destroyed here. By you. If you just paid him, this would be over. It won't be over. It'll never be over. We fought until 3 in the morning, screaming at each other in English and broken Thai. The neighbors banged on the wall. She threw a glass at the floor. It shattered. She stepped on a piece and cut her foot. I bandaged it while she cried. We went to bed angry. Didn't touch. Didn't speak. In the morning she was gone. Just gone. No note. No message. Her phone was off. I sat in the apartment all day waiting. She came back at 8 p.m. Wouldn't tell me where she'd been. Just said she needed space. I didn't believe her. I followed her 2 days later. She told me she was meeting her friend for lunch. I watched her get into a motorbike taxi. I followed in a tuk-tuk feeling pathetic, like a character in a bad movie. She went to a small restaurant near Taipei Gate. Bank was already there, waiting. They sat at a corner table. I watched from across the street. They argued. She cried. He grabbed her hand. She didn't pull away. They sat there for 20 minutes talking, her hand in his. When she left, he stayed. I wanted to confront him, walk over there and flip the table, demand answers. But I didn't. I just went home and waited. When she came back, I was sitting in the dark. How was your friend? She jumped. Didn't expect me to be awake. Good. You're lying. What? I followed you. I saw you with Bank. Her face went hard. You followed me. Whose hand was that in yours? He grabbed it. I didn't want him to. You didn't pull away, because he was threatening me. It didn't look like a threat. It looked like history. She started crying. You don't understand. He said if I don't convince you to pay, he'll hurt my daughter. He knows where she lives. He knows where my mother lives. He can get to them anytime. So you met him. I had to calm him down. To buy time, by holding his hand, by doing what I had to do to keep my family safe. I didn't know what to believe anymore. Was she telling the truth? Was she playing both of us? Did she still love him? Did she ever love me? I want to leave Thailand, I said. I'm done. She stopped crying, looked at me with empty eyes. Then leave. What? Leave. Go back to America. I can't stop you. I'm your husband, on paper. That hurt more than anything. On paper. Like our marriage was just a transaction. A contract. Nothing real. Nothing worth fighting for. You don't love me, I said. She didn't answer. Just went to the bedroom and closed the door. I slept on the couch. Didn't sleep really. Just lay there staring at the ceiling until sunrise. The next morning, Bank sent me a direct message. You weak old man. She never love you. Just money. Pay me or lose everything. I didn't respond. What would I say? He was right. Ratia convinced me to visit her village, said it would help, that her family would support us, that being away from Chiang Mai would give us perspective. I didn't want to go. But I agreed. Maybe she was right. Maybe distance would help. We took a bus to Udon Thani, then a Songtheo to her village. 3 hours of dusty roads, rice fields on both sides stretching forever. Her village was small. Maybe 50 houses, mostly wooden, some concrete. Dogs everywhere. Kids playing in the dirt. Old women sitting on porches watching us pass. Her family greeted us like celebrities, smiling, weighing. Her mother hugged me. Her brother shook my hand too hard. Her aunt brought us cold water. Her nieces and nephews stared at me like I was from another planet. That night, there was a party. Her grandmother's death anniversary. Everyone in the village came. They set up tables outside. Brought food, rice, somtam, larb grilled chicken. Her uncle brought a bottle of Mekong whiskey. Everyone drank. Everyone laughed. I sat there smiling, nodding, not understanding a word. Ratia barely translated. Just told me to smile and drink, I did. Her mother kept pulling me aside, asking for money through Ratia's translation. We need to buy food for the monks tomorrow. 2,000 baht, I gave it. We need to pay for the ceremony. 5,000 baht, I gave it. Her brother needed cash for his motorbike. It broke down on the way to work. Just 5,000 baht for repairs, I gave it. Her aunt needed help with medical bills. Her blood pressure. The hospital. 8,000 baht, I gave it. Her cousin needed money for her baby. Formula, diapers, 3,000 baht. I gave it. By the end of the night, I'd given away 25,000 baht. Everyone was happy, smiling, thanking me, patting my back. I felt like a walking ATM, like that's all I was. A foreign wallet with legs. On the second night, Bank showed up. Just appeared, like he'd been invited. Ratia's family didn't seem surprised. They welcomed him, hugged him. Her mother kissed his cheek. Her brother gave him a beer. He sat with them, laughing, talking, telling stories that made everyone laugh. I sat there like a ghost, watching my wife's ex-boyfriend charm her family, while I smiled like an idiot. Later, Ratia's brother pulled me aside. His English was better than I expected. "You're a good man," he said. His breath smelled like whiskey. "Thank you. But you need to understand something. Bank take care of this family long time. 5 year. He send money every month. When mama's sick, he pay hospital. When I need motorbike, he help. He respected here. He's threatening us," I said. The brother shrugged. He angry. "You take his girl. That disrespectful. She chose me. She chose your money." Same thing, I felt punched. "What? You think she love you? Come on, you old. She young. You foreigner. She Thai, this business. You pay for wife." Bank angry because he invest 5 year and you take product. She's not a product. Here she is. Everyone is. You want wife, you pay. That how it works. You want bank go away, you pay him. You want family respect you? You keep paying. That life. He patted my shoulder. You good man. But you need accept reality. Bank never go away. He part of family. You just visiting. He walked away. Left me standing there in the dark. I looked over at Bank. He was sitting with Ratia now, talking. She was laughing at something he said. Really laughing. Not the polite laugh she did with me. The real one. I realized something then. This was never about love. It was about replacing one provider with another. And Bank wanted his position back. I was just the rich foreigner who interrupted his business model. We went back to Chiang Mai 2 days later. Didn't talk much on the bus. Ratia slept. Or pretended to. I stared out the window at the rice fields blurring past, thinking, processing, trying to figure out what to do. When we got home, there was a note taped to our door. In Thai, Ratia read it and went pale. What does it say? Bank. He wants 100,000 baht. Final payment. Or he goes to my village and tells everyone everything. 100,000 baht. About $3,000. When? 3 days, I laughed. Couldn't help it. It was so absurd. No. What? I'm not paying. I'm done. You have to. I don't have to do anything. This is extortion. This is illegal. This is Thailand. It's how things work. Not for me. Not anymore. She started crying. Then what? You want him to destroy me? To destroy my family? To post those pictures online? What pictures? Show me. No. If he has them, I need to see what we're dealing with. No, you'll leave me. Maybe, but I need to see. She pulled out her phone, scrolled, showed me 3 photos. Ratia at the bar, younger, different hair. Dancing in a bikini, one with her sitting on an old man's lap. Another with her kissing Bank, topless. They were bad, but not as bad as I expected. Not illegal, not violent, just sad. Just a young woman doing what she had to do to survive. These are what he's threatening you with? She nodded. My family can't see these. My daughter can't see these. They're just pictures. In my village, these pictures make me dead. Nobody will talk to me. Nobody will touch me. I'll be ghost, she was sobbing. Please, just pay him. One last time. Then he'll be gone. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But I'd heard that before. He'll come back, I said. He won't. He will. Next month, next year. Whenever he needs money. This will never end. Then what do we do? I leave. I go back to America. You stay here. We get divorced. She stopped crying. Looked at me with empty eyes. You want divorce? I don't know what I want. I just know I can't keep doing this. You promised to take care of me. I am. But I can't take care of you and Bank and your family, and everyone else in your village. I don't have enough money for all of you. She slapped me hard across the face. You selfish. You promised me life. You promised me better. You lie. I didn't lie. You did. You say you love me. You say you take care of me. You say everything will be okay, or lie. You just want young Thai girl for sex, that all. When it get hard, you run. Maybe she was right. Maybe I was selfish. Maybe I did lie. I'm sorry, I said. Sorry not enough. Pay Bank or I leave you. Then leave. She stared at me. What? Leave, go back to Bank, go back to the bar. I don't care anymore. I'm tired. I'm 69 years old. I came here to retire, not to fight a war I can't win. She grabbed her purse, walked out, slammed the door. I sat there listening to the silence, waiting for her to come back. She didn't come home that night. I sat up waiting, watching TV, staring at my phone. At 3 a.m. I called her. Voicemail, I called again at 4. Voicemail, at 6 a.m. she sent a text. I'm safe. Don't call me. I didn't sleep. Just sat on the balcony watching the sunrise. Red and orange over the mountains, beautiful, empty. At noon she came back. She looked exhausted. Dark circles under her eyes. Clothes wrinkled. Hair messy. Where were you? I asked. She didn't look at me. Bank's apartment. I felt something break inside me. Not my heart. Something deeper. Did you sleep with him? No, I don't believe you. Believe what you want. I don't care anymore. She went to the bedroom. Started packing. What are you doing? Leaving. Where will you go? Back to village. Back to daughter. Back to life. What about us? She stopped packing. Looked at me. There is no us. There never was. You want wife. I want money. Both of us get what we want. Now it over. I love you, she laughed. Bitter and cold. No, you don't. You love idea of me. Young Thai girl who need you. Who make you feel important. That not love. That ego. Maybe she was right. Maybe I didn't love her. Maybe I just love not being alone. What about Bank? I'll deal with Bank. By going back to him? Maybe, I don't know. Not your problem anymore. She finished packing. 2 bags, that's all she had. 2 bags of clothes and a life she was walking away from. I need money, she said. For what? My daughter, school, uniforms, books, you promised to help. She was right. I did promise. I went to my wallet, took out everything I had. 20,000 baht. I gave it to her. She counted it. That's it? That's all I have in cash. I can transfer more later. How much? How much do you need? 50,000. For school, for Mama's medicine, for everything. I pulled out my phone, transferred 50,000 baht to her account. She checked her phone, nodded. Thank you. She picked up her bags. I'm sorry, she said. For what? For everything. For being who I am. For not being who you wanted. She left. Didn't look back. I heard the door close. Then silence. I sat in the empty apartment, listening to the fan spinning overhead. Same fan that had been spinning since I moved in. Constant, unchanging. I thought about the last 6 months. The hope, the fear, the humiliation. I wondered if any of it had been real. If she'd ever cared about me at all. Or if I was just another customer. Another transaction. Another chapter in her survival story. I decided to pay Bank one last time. Not because I wanted to, but because I needed closure. Needed to understand. Needed to look him in the eye and know what this had all been about. I messaged him. Asked to meet. He agreed immediately. Like he'd been waiting. We met at a bar near the night bazaar. Small place, dark, loud music. Bank was already there, drinking beer, smoking a cigarette, looking relaxed. Like this was just another Tuesday. I sat down across from him. I had an envelope, 100,000 baht, cash. I'd withdrawn it that morning. He smiled when he saw it. You smart man, finally. I slid the envelope across the table. He opened it, counted, took his time, making sure every bill was there. When he finished, he laughed. You think this end? Isn't it? No, this just beginning. My stomach dropped. What? You think I want money? Money easy. I want something else. What? Respect. You come to my country. You take my girl. You act like big man, but you just old foreigner with money. That's all you are? I loved her. No, you didn't. You loved having her. Big difference. He leaned forward. I tell you truth. Save you some heartbreak. Ratia never love you. She never loved me either. She love her daughter. She love her family. That all, we just tools. I give her excitement. You give her money. When she done with both of us, she finds someone new. I felt cold. She's with you now. Maybe, maybe not. I don't trust her either. He took a long drink. You want to know the truth? Real truth? She called me 2 months ago. Say she won't leave you. That you boring. That you too old. That you can't give her what she need. She asked me to help get rid of you. What? She asked me to threaten you. To make you leave. She think if you go back to America, you keep sending her money out of guilt. I tell her I'll do it if she come back to me. She agree. So I come to your apartment. I send messages. I make you scared. That the plan. I felt like I'd been punched. You're lying. Why would I lie? I already have your money. I already have your wife. I win. But I tell you truth because I want you to know you never had a chance. This was always the plan. From day one. He stood up. Put the money in his pocket. Go home, old man. Back to America. Forget Thai girl. They break you every time. He left. Walked out into the night. Left me sitting there with an empty envelope and a head full of questions. I didn't know if he was telling the truth. Didn't know if Ratia had really planned this. Didn't know if any of it mattered anymore. I was just done. Done trying to figure it out. Done caring. Done being the mark. I went back to the apartment. Ratia's stuff was gone. Her clothes. Her shoes. Her toothbrush. The apartment felt bigger, emptier. I sat on the couch. Stared at the wall. Thought about calling her. Asking if what Bank said was true. But what would that accomplish? If it was true, I'd feel worse. If it wasn't, I wouldn't believe her. Either way, I'd still be sitting here alone. I spent the next week in a fog. Didn't leave the apartment much. Ordered food delivery. Watched TV. Slept too much. Drank too much. My daughter called. First time in months. Dad, you okay? Yeah, why? You sound weird. Just tired. How's Thailand? I didn't know how to answer. It's fine. How's your girlfriend? Wife, whatever. We broke up. Silence. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be. It was coming. You want to come home? Home. The word felt strange, like it didn't mean anything anymore. Nevada wasn't home. Thailand wasn't home. I didn't have a home. Just places I'd been, places I'd left. Maybe, I said. Let me think about it. Okay, call me if you need anything. Thanks, she hung up. I sat there holding my phone, thinking about Nevada, about the heat, about the casino, about my old life that felt like someone else's memory. 2 weeks later, I started packing, sold the furniture online, cancelled the lease, booked a flight back to Las Vegas one way. I didn't hear from Ratia, didn't hear from Bank. The silence was worse than the threats. At least the threats meant I existed. The silence meant I'd been forgotten, erased. I checked Ratia's social media once. Just once. She was already moved on. New photos with her daughter, smiling at the camera. New post about being strong, about starting over, about trusting Buddha. Comments from her friends, hearts and prayers and Thai words I couldn't read. And one photo with a man, older than me, white hair, thick glasses. European, maybe? His arm around her shoulders, her head against his chest. The same pose from the photo with Bank. I closed the app, deleted it. What was the point? On my last night in Chiang Mai, I sat on the balcony one final time. The city was beautiful in the dark. All those lights, all those lives happening without me. I thought about what I came here looking for. Escape, purpose, redemption. I found none of it. Just a different kind of loneliness, a more expensive one. I thought about Ratia, about Bank, about her family, about all the money I'd spent trying to buy something that was never for sale. Love, belonging, meaning. I thought about my ex-wife Karen, about Ashley, about my old life in Nevada, about the casino floor, about watching people lose everything. I used to think I was different, that I was smarter, that I knew the game. Turns out I was just another gambler, just another mark, just another guy betting everything on a hand I couldn't win. The difference was I didn't lose money. I lost hope. And that's worse. Money comes back. Hope doesn't. I finished my beer, went inside, locked the door. Tomorrow I'd be gone, and Chiang Mai would keep spinning. The bars would keep playing music. The girls would keep dancing. The old foreign men would keep showing up, looking for something, finding nothing. The cycle would continue, and I'd just be another story, another warning, another guy who thought he was special. At the airport, I saw a young Western man checking in with a Thai woman. He looked about 35, fit, happy. She was pretty, maybe 25. They were laughing about something. She touched his arm. He kissed her forehead. They looked in love. I wanted to walk over, wanted to grab him by the shoulders and say, "Run before it's too late, before you spend everything, before you realize you're just a wallet with feelings." But I didn't, because maybe his story would be different. Maybe he'd get the version I was promised, the honest one, the real one, the one where it actually works out. Or maybe in 5 years, he'd be sitting on a balcony at 3 in the morning watching her phone light up, wondering when it all went wrong, wondering if it was ever right, wondering if she ever loved him, or if he was just fooling himself from day one. I hoped he'd be different. I really did. But I doubted it. The house always wins. That's the rule. I boarded the plane, found my seat by the window. 47A, an aisle seat would have been better for my knees, but I didn't care anymore. I just wanted to leave. The plane took off. I watched Chiang Mai disappear below me. The mountains, the temples, the rivers, all of it shrinking into nothing. I closed my eyes. Didn't think about Ratia, didn't think about Bank, didn't think about the money or the threats or any of it. Just focused on the hum of the engines, the feeling of moving, of leaving, of being between places. That's the best feeling, when you're nowhere, when you don't have to be anyone, when you're just existing in transit. No past, no future, just the present moment of going somewhere else. I landed in Las Vegas 12 hours later. The heat hit me like a wall when I stepped outside, dry, harsh, familiar. My daughter Ashley picked me up at arrivals. She looked older, or maybe I just hadn't seen her in so long that I forgot what she looked like in person. She hugged me, held me for a long time while people with suitcases walked around us. "So I'm glad you're home," she said. I didn't tell her it didn't feel like home, that nowhere felt like home anymore, that I felt like a ghost, like I'd left part of myself in Thailand and come back incomplete. We drove through the desert in silence, past the casinos, past the strip, past all the lights trying so hard to make people forget they're in the middle of nowhere. She didn't ask about Thailand, didn't ask about Ratia, didn't ask why I came back. She just drove, and I was grateful for that. I moved into a small apartment near the strip. Studio, nothing fancy. Furnished, month-to-month lease. I didn't know how long I'd stay. Didn't know what came next. Just knew I needed a place to exist while I figured it out. The noise from the street helped. Sirens, drunk people yelling. Slot machines dinging in the distance. It was honest noise. It wasn't pretending to be peaceful. Wasn't promising anything it couldn't deliver. I got a part-time job consulting for one of the smaller casinos. They needed someone to analyze player behavior, spot patterns, identify cheaters. It was easy work, familiar. I knew how to read people, how to see what they were trying to hide. Funny how I could spot a card counter from across a casino floor, but couldn't see I was being played in my own apartment. I started sleeping better. Not great, but better. 6 hours instead of 3. I stopped drinking as much. Beer with dinner instead of whiskey all night. I called Ashley once a week. We'd talk for 20 minutes about nothing. Her job, her boyfriend, the weather, normal things, safe things. She never asked about Thailand. I think she knew better. Some things you don't ask about. You just let them exist in the past where they belong. But some nights I still woke up at 3 in the morning, reaching for a phone that wasn't buzzing, listening for footsteps that weren't coming. The absence was louder than any notification. Emptiness makes more noise than you'd think. It fills up all the space, presses against your chest, makes you remember things you'd rather forget. I'd lie there in the dark thinking about Ratia, about whether she thought about me, about whether Bank's story was true, about whether any of it mattered. I'd think about the money, how much I spent. Over 300,000 baht, maybe more. I lost count, about $9,000. Not enough to ruin me, but enough to hurt, enough to feel stupid about. I'd think about her daughter, the one I never met, the one she said she was doing everything for. I wondered if that daughter even existed, or if she was just another story. Another hook to keep me paying. I'd never know. That was the worst part, not knowing, not having answers, just having questions that would follow me forever. 6 months after I got back, I received a Facebook message. I'd forgotten I hadn't deleted my account. The notification popped up on my phone while I was having coffee at a diner near my apartment. It was from Ratia. My stomach dropped. My hands started shaking. I almost didn't open it, but I did. "Hi, Marvin. How are you? I hope you are well. I wanted to tell you something. I am pregnant. It's Bank's baby. We are not together anymore. He left when he found out. He said it's not his. But it is. I have nobody now. No money, no husband, no family. They angry I divorced you. They say I stupid. Maybe they right. I am sorry for everything. I am sorry for lying. I am sorry for hurting you. I am sorry for being bad person. I hope you are happy now. I hope you found someone better than me. You deserve better. Take care, Ratia." I stared at the message for a long time, read it 5 times, trying to figure out how I felt. Angry, sad, vindicated. I felt nothing, just empty. I thought about responding, thought about asking if she was okay, if she needed help, if the baby was really Bank's or if that was another lie. I thought about asking if anything she told me had been true, if she'd ever cared about me even a little, if I'd ever been more than a wallet to her. I thought about telling her I forgave her, that I understood she was just trying to survive, that I didn't blame her for doing what she had to do. Instead, I deleted the message, blocked her number, blocked her on Facebook, closed the app. I didn't owe her anything. Not money, not forgiveness, not closure. Some stories don't need an ending. Some people don't need a response. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just let it go. Move on, forget. I was learning that now. Learning that closure is overrated. That you don't always get answers. That life doesn't tie itself up in a neat bow. Sometimes people just disappear from your life, and you have to be okay with that. You have to make peace with the not knowing. I'm 70 now. It's been over a year since I left Thailand. More than a year since I've spoken to Ratia. I don't talk about it much. When people ask where I've been, I say, I tried living in Thailand for a while. Didn't work out, they nod. Say something like, yeah, I've heard those relationships can be complicated. I don't correct them. Don't tell them the whole story. What would be the point? They wouldn't understand. Unless you've been through it, you can't understand. You can't understand what it's like to realize you've been played. To realize that someone you loved was just using you. To realize that every word, every touch, every smile was calculated. Part of a script you didn't know you were following. I've learned something, though. Something important. It's not about who was right or wrong. It's not about whether Ratia loved me or used me. Those questions don't matter anymore. What matters is understanding that some people come into your life because they need you, not because they choose you, and that's okay. It doesn't make the time meaningless. It doesn't make the feelings less real. It just makes it complicated. Human, real. I still think about her sometimes. Not every day, not even every week, but sometimes, usually late at night when I can't sleep, I wonder if she had the baby. If it was a boy or a girl. If Bank came back. If she found another foreigner to marry. If she's happy. If she thinks about me. I doubt it. People like Ratia don't look back. They can't afford to. They're too busy surviving. Too busy finding the next solution. The next customer. The next chapter. I've made peace with being a chapter in someone else's survival story. Because that's all I ever was. Not the hero. Not the villain. Just a man who showed up when she needed money and left when the cost got too high. And maybe that's the realest kind of love story there is. The one where nobody wins. Nobody loses. Everybody just survives. I used to think survival wasn't enough. That life needed to be more than just getting by. That it needed meaning, purpose, love, but now I understand. Survival is everything. It's all any of us are doing. In Thailand, in Nevada, everywhere. We're all just trying to survive, and sometimes we use each other to do it. That's not evil. That's not wrong. That's just human. I sit on my balcony now in Las Vegas, watching the lights of the Strip flicker in the distance. The desert is cold at night. Colder than you'd think. But it's honest. It doesn't pretend to be warm. Doesn't promise you something it can't give. I've started seeing someone, nothing serious, a woman named Patricia, who works at the casino. She's 63, divorced, 2 kids, 3 grandkids. We have coffee twice a week, sometimes dinner. She doesn't ask about my past. I don't ask about hers. We just talk about now, about work, about the weather, about movies we've seen, about our kids. It's comfortable, safe, boring in the best way. She's not exciting like Ratia. Doesn't make my heart race. Doesn't make me feel young or important or needed. She just makes me feel seen, like I'm a person, not a solution. That's enough, more than enough. Last week she invited me to her daughter's birthday party. I almost said no. Too soon, too serious, too much. But then I thought about it. Thought about what saying no would mean. Thought about staying alone in my apartment, watching TV, drinking beer, waiting for nothing. I said yes. The party was at a park. Kids running around, adults talking, barbecue smoking. Patricia introduced me as her friend, not boyfriend, not partner, just friend. Her daughter was nice, shook my hand, asked how I knew her mom. I said we worked together. She seemed satisfied with that. Her grandkids were loud, sticky, kept asking me to push them on the swings. I did, they laughed. It was simple, uncomplicated, real, no hidden agendas. No one asking for money. No threats, no lies, just people existing together. I realized something that day. This is what I'd been looking for all along. Not excitement. Not passion. Not a young woman to make me feel alive. Just connection. Honest, simple, uncomplicated connection. I'd spent so much time and money chasing the wrong thing. Chasing a fantasy. A story I told myself about being someone's hero. About saving someone. About mattering. But the truth is you can't save anyone. You can barely save yourself. And the people who need saving the most are usually the ones who'll hurt you the worst. Not because they're evil, but because they're desperate. And desperate people do desperate things. I understand that now. I don't blame Ratia anymore. Don't hate her. Don't love her either. I just see her clearly for the first time. A young woman trying to survive in a system that was rigged against her from birth. A mother trying to take care of her kid. A daughter trying to help her family. She did what she had to do. And I was part of that. A tool, a means to an end. That's okay. I can live with that. I've made peace with being used, with being forgotten, with being just another story someone tells about a mistake they made. Because I survived too. I'm still here, still breathing, still watching the lights flicker in the distance, still having coffee with Patricia twice a week, still pushing kids on swings at birthday parties, still existing. And that's enough. That has to be enough, because there's nothing else. There's just this moment, this breath, this day, and then the next one, and the next one. That's all life is. A series of days you survive until you don't. And if you're lucky, you survive them with someone who sees you, who doesn't need you to be a hero, who doesn't need you to save them, who just needs you to be there, honest, present, real. I found that in Patricia. Not love, not yet, maybe not ever, but something better, something real. And after everything that happened in Thailand, after all the lies and games and threats and money and heartbreak, real is all I want. Real is enough. Real is everything.